This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazleton Standard Speaker.
For your information, Hazleton's mayor has a plan for more police in the city, but council has some concerns. Good evening and thank you for joining us at FYI. I'm Ken Carroll with a reminder that you can watch us in HD on Service Electric Cablevision, channel 513. All right, I think we're all ready for tonight's headlines from FYI and the Hazleton Standard Speaker. It was standing room only as Weatherly Borough Council voted last night to save a community landmark. That landmark is the old Schwab School. It was built in 1903 but has been vacant since 1991. The school, which was a gift from Charles M. Schwab of Bethlehem Steel notoriety, is currently up for sale. Weatherly Mayor Tom Connor says the school was always intended to be a gift for the kids. Council originally voted 2-4 against the plan that would allow for a committee to form and raise money to purchase the old school. Then after some heated discussion between the audience and council, a second vote was taken. This time the measure passed 5-1. Meanwhile, in Hazleton, the mayor and city council continue to debate on how to pay to add more police officers to the city's force. Mayor Jeff Cassatt wants to hire 4 additional police officers. The mayor believes the move will allow the city to apply for a community-oriented policing services grant known as a COPS grant. The grant covers 75% of the cost of funding 2 officers. Council members are concerned how the city will pay for more police. Another concern is the status of negotiations between the administration and the police union. Some feel that talks could save money and help offset the price tag for additional officers. The matter is sure to be discussed at tonight's council meeting set for 6 p.m. at Hazleton City Hall. Hazleton police are investigating a burglary that happened this morning in broad daylight. Police responded to a residence in the 600 block of Emerald Court around 11:15 a.m. Police found that a person or persons broke into the residence and removed an undetermined amount of cash. Anyone with information on the incident is asked to call Hazleton Police at 570-459-4940 or you can dial 911. So how can you avoid becoming a victim of a crime? Our Lisa Sugart sat down with West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio to get some tips on how to stay safe.
I'm pleased to welcome back West Hazleton Police Chief Brian Buglio. I know this is a very busy time of the year for all police departments, including yours, because so many people outdoors. What does this mean for the number of calls you get?
In the summertime, our calls always increase. However, though, in the summertime, we always have more officers on. So it works hand in hand. We get more calls, but we put more officers on.
What type of calls do you see normally in the summertime?
In the summertime, you see a lot more noise calls, a lot more disturbances, a lot more fights, a lot more things like that because a lot more people are outside. They're doing things outside, and that's what we're getting, the calls from them being outside.
Do you also get more help from the community? People are out, whether it be in their yards, going on walks, taking their dog out. Do people call with tips?
Yeah, in West Hazleton, we have an extremely good crime watch, and we get a lot of tips and we get a lot of help from them. They call a lot of stuff in. They really are the eyes and ears of the community. They get to see things that we can't. There's only 1 or 2 of us working at a time. They're there all the time, and they watch out for their neighbors, and we encourage them to do that. And when they see things, they call us, and that's exactly what we need.
And I know that a lot of cases recently, we've seen crossing the lines. There's like no borders when it comes to crime. I've heard all these police departments say that. So West Hazleton has been in Hazleton, vice versa. You've been in Butler Township. You've been everywhere. So that's part of it too. There's a lot of cooperation going on. Yeah, absolutely. We would never be able to do it on our own. Hazleton backs us up probably on a daily basis. We back Hazleton up. Same thing with Butler Township, Sugarloaf. Unfortunately, in the times that we're in right now, we need to do that. And we have a very good working relationship with all the police departments. As far as drugs going to drug task force, we're all in the drug task force. So we can work in Butler Township enforcing drug laws just as we can in West Hazleton, and they can do the same. Same thing with Hazleton, Sugarloaf, and that's what needs to be done in this area. Finally, what advice would you have for our viewers to stay safe this summer and to help you do your job?
I think probably some of the things to stay safe in the summer is be aware of where your children are playing. That's one of the other calls that we did increase, or missing children and injuries with children. So I think if parents know where their children are, who they're out with, if they're riding bikes, wear a helmet, different things like that. If they're by a pool, be aware that they're by the pool. We don't want any drownings. We don't want any unfortunate events like that. Just overall safety of the children and of the community is what we look for.
All right, so with the cooperation of other police forces and with your own residents, hopefully this will be a quiet summer for you.
I hope it's a quiet summer, but as like I said, we always get more calls in the summertime, but we expect it and we're prepared for it.
All righty, they're ready. Hopefully you won't need them, but if you do, they're there waiting to help. West Hazelton Police Chief Brian Buglio.
Thank you, Lisa and Chief Buglio. In other news, troopers say that a St. Clair woman lied about an attempted abduction. State police at Frackville say 29-year-old Sasha Grubel reported that an unknown male attempted to abduct her children while she was walking them home from the bus stop back on April 19th in the village of Arnott's Addition. State police say neighbors became alarmed and posts on social media circulated warning residents. Through their investigation, state police determined that Grubel knew the man and lied, and that no attempted abduction took place. Troopers say the incident caused undue alarm to the community. She was charged with obstructing administration of law. Well, coming up on FYI, we'll see what's fueling a recent run of success for the Hazelton Area High School baseball team. And after this break, we have dogs in the studio, and that's always a good thing. See how you can help out some former racing greyhounds.
This is FYI News 13, brought to you by SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
This Saturday, Brandon's Forever Home in Hazelton is sponsoring a delicious breakfast with some very special guests of honor. You're cordially invited to have breakfast with the princesses. The cost is just $8 for adults and $6 for children, and $4 for children ages 2 to 4. There will also be special appearances by Miss Greater Hazelton Brianna Kubishin and Miss Greater Hazelton Outstanding Teen Jillian Bartle. Bring your family and friends and enjoy a full breakfast and beverages. Plus, each child will take home a princess crown. This special princess breakfast is this Saturday from 9 a.m. until 11 a.m. at Brandon's Forever Home, 187 North Church Street in Hazelton. Space is limited, so don't be disappointed. Call 570-401-9633 for your tickets today.
We're pleased to welcome back our friends from Pocono Greyhound Adoption. I'm pleased to be joined by Amy Ware, who is a member of the board of directors, and also with us today is Alyssa Matheson, who is a coordinator for a race that is going to benefit these lovely puppies like Powerline, who you see right here, who is a Greyhound rescue. Amy, I'm going to start with you. What should people know about Powerline and the work you do trying to find foster homes for these beautiful, beautiful animals?
So Pocono Greyhound Adoption, we work with a group down in Florida. When greyhounds are ready to be retired, we will rehome them and take former racers and make them into great pets.
And as you can see, this guy is really a great pet.
Absolutely. Greyhounds are very timid, docile. They're almost like big cats in a way. People think because they're racing dogs, you need a big yard, they have a lot of energy. That's not the case. They sleep maybe 16, 18 hours a day. It's ridiculous. But to see them run when they're ready to is also amazing.
Oh, well, we're really having a good time. He is such a well-behaved puppy here. Really good. 2 years old, so he really is still a puppy. Alyssa, you tell me this is your first time coordinating this upcoming race that is going to benefit Pocono Greyhound Adoption. So tell us all about this exciting event.
It's called the Greyhound Hustle at Tuscarora State Park near Tamaqua on June 4th. It's a very scenic course through the woods, past the lake. It's beautiful, so it's not your typical road race. It's a very family-friendly event. We encourage people to come bring their dogs and bring them for a walk, bring their kids. They can do a 100-meter dash run. And we have some kind of unique things compared to other races. We have handmade wood medals for the age groups, and our overall winners, they actually get a trophy with a Beanie Baby Greyhound on top of it. So, and we'll also have fosters and other greyhounds there to meet and greet. So hopefully find them homes also.
So people, you obviously want them to come participate in the event, but if they can't participate in the event, maybe they do want to come out and find out about how to become a foster parent for a puppy.
Yes, we always need foster homes. We don't have a kennel, so people bring the fosters right in. to their own homes and help them kind of acclimate to a house and help try to spread the word about greyhound adoption.
Now, if they want to participate in the event that is taking place on June 4th, what do they do?
They can do an online registration at active.com, or they can do a mail-in registration from which you can find at PoconoGreyhound.com, and we hope people come. The pre-registration date is May 20th, and people are guaranteed a t-shirt by then, but we also do have same-day registration.
Oh, okay. So you can come that day of and do it as well. How many dogs roughly do you think you need, or I guess you will take as many as you can as long as you have people out there willing to help?
As long as we have foster homes, we will have dogs coming up. So if you are interested in becoming a foster family, there's an application on the website, and we will hopefully hear from them.
All righty. Well, as you can see, one of the most well-behaved pets I've ever seen. Beautiful, beautiful Powerline here. If you want to become a foster parent for a dog like Powerline, or if you want to help out the organization so that it can keep doing its good work, get involved, go to their website, sign up, or come out the day of the event and take part in it. You won't be sorry that you helped.
Time now for FYI News 13 weather.
The golf course at Edgewood by Sand Springs was packed this morning as golfers ignored the chilly temperatures and enjoyed a round of golf. Here's our local weather forecast from the National Weather Service. Good news, guys and girls. It's going to heat up this weekend a little bit tonight. There is a 30% chance of showers, mainly before 10 a.m. It will be cloudy with a low of 45 degrees. Wednesday, mostly sunny as we get up to 61 degrees. Wednesday night, we're down in the mid-40s, mostly clear for the night. Thursday, mostly sunny with a high near 63. Thursday night will be clear and cool with a low around 46 degrees. Friday, mostly sunny, 69 degrees. Friday night, mostly cloudy, low of 50. And then on Saturday, 30% chance of showers, high of 65. Saturday night, once again, 30% chance of showers, mostly cloudy. Our low will be 50 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop on in for a cold treat including our ice cream and yogurt, or some hot food including our burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more. That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazelton. Treat yourself today.
Let's keep things moving on this Tuesday with your midday winning Pennsylvania lottery numbers on FYI. Pick 2, 20, pick 3, 590, pick 4, 1045, and pick 5, 49347. When FYI comes back on the FYI Standard Speaker scoreboard, we have District 2 track and field results, plus results from the Schuylkill League baseball playoffs. But before all of that, it's Law Talk.
We received a viewer question, and the viewer asks, who handles the estate if there is no will?
Very legitimate question. It happens quite frequently. A lot of people that we see, they be middle-aged or even kind of like myself heading into the senior category, and they don't have a will. And of course, we can't predict when we're going to die, so it's not unlikely for someone to die without a will. Well, what happens if you have property and that property's in your name and you haven't set forth in a will who you want to get that property? What happens to that property? How is it, in the eyes of the law, administered? Well, it's administered under the Pennsylvania Fiduciary and Estate Code. It's called intestate. Intestate means that you don't have a will. And the code also provides that someone, a family member, spouse, brother, sister, cousin, someone has to be appointed by the court to transition that property to where it belongs once you pass away. And that can only be done by what we call a citation. And that citation has to be brought to the Register of Wills. The person seeking to administer the estate has to ask the Register of Wills to appoint them as the administrator of the estate. And they have to give notice of that meeting with the Register of Wills to other relatives, creditors, who may have a right under the fiduciary code to be administered and administer the estate. More often than not, it's a relative. More often than not, nobody objects. But that is a step that is necessary when there is no will designating an executor. If there's an executor named in a will, it's much easier. You take the will up, take the named executor, you get sworn in, and you start administering the estate from there. Without a will, you have to go through the citation process to have someone appointed. But effectively, once that's done, it's no different than having an executor in a will.
This is FYI News 13 Sports.
The FYI Standard Speakers scoreboard is filled with gold medals, an upset win, a local team starting strong in a national tournament, and more. At the District 2 track and field meet, 2 Hazleton area athletes won gold. Kayla Merkel won the javelin competition with a throw of 136 feet 1 inch. This is her second district gold medal, and she will represent the Big HA at the state championship meet. So will Matt Hauser. He won gold in the 300 hurdles. Hauser also won the District 2 cross country championship in the fall, so that's impressive. Michael Casadas won silver in the 400 and just missed the state qualifying time. Brandon Lohr was second in the 800. The Marion Colts are going to the Schuylkill League Baseball Championship for the first time, and they will play rival Tamaqua. The Colts' Teague Schmidt and Joe Nahas held North Schuylkill to 2 runs. Matt Minchoff went the distance and also got the win for the Raiders. Dave Seaman and I will break down the Schuylkill League Championship baseball game tomorrow on Dave Day. The Tamaqua softball team lost a playoff for the Schuylkill League Division 1 title, so they will now be the wild card team in the Schuylkill League playoffs, and they'll play Williams Valley in the league semifinals tonight. And Mono area will play Pine Grove, who beat the Lady Raiders in that playoff game. Penn State Hazleton's softball team opened up the United States Collegiate Athletic Association tournament with a win. They beat the New Hampshire Technical Institute 2-1. The game went to extras. Caitlin Kaluzny had the winning hit for the local Lions. Next up, they will play Carlow University today. The Lady Cougar softball team clinched the Wyoming Valley Conference Division 1 title with a 3-1 win over Crestwood. The Cougar baseball team stayed hot with a win over Dallas, and Mono area beat Weatherly in extra innings. In girls lacrosse, Crestwood beat Hazleton area in the District 2 playoffs. Laura Basic, Celia Sokolovsky, and Caitlin Ward had the goals for Hazleton. The Scranton Wilkes-Barre Rail Riders, they lost in Louisville. FYI, that Hazleton area win in baseball over Dallas was the 100th for Gino Cara and his coaching staff. Congratulations to them. Almost every time I read about the Hazleton area baseball team, they are referred to as the Young Cougars. The team is young and talented, but they do have some great veteran leadership. Here's a story on the old Cougars. You usually can't read into the psyche of a team just by looking at the lineup sheet. However, on senior day for Hazleton area, it was like looking into the Cougars' soul. Next to sophomore pitcher Scott Shimani's name was the number 34. He usually dons number 13. 34 is senior pitcher Evan Hawes' number. Hawes suffered a season-ending arm injury in the beginning of the year, and Shimani wanted to honor his senior teammate.
First injury started 2 years ago, and I got that in check, and then earlier this season, I hurt it again, and then it started hurting somewhere else, and then that's put me out.
So how many games did you get in this year? Did you get any in this year?
I got in for an inning and 2/3, and that was it.
So frustrating, man, or what did you do to help the team? I mean, so then you're sitting there, did you get frustrated where you're like, you know what, I could feel bad for myself or I could help out?
I was frustrated at first, and then I was just trying to help out some of these younger pitchers. We have a lot of young kids, a lot of sophomores coming up, so I'm just trying to teach them like the ways and how to do stuff.
Hawes' message obviously got through. The young Cougars are really coming into their own, and that mixed with the seniors' talent and leadership has the team on a major upswing heading into the district playoffs.
We're starting to gel finally. It's about time. We finally see that we need to play as a team to win ball games, and it's really starting to get fun, and I'm going to miss all those seniors. They're all great friends and great baseball players, and I wish them the best of luck.
On senior day, the Cougars veterans and young guns stepped up for a 4-3 walk-off win over Pittston area. After the game, the seniors walked onto the field to be honored. I was read the young Cougars. You guys are the seniors. How do you feel about this team? You feel like you guys had to lay a foundation? There are some younger guys?
There's a lot of younger guys that are coming around with a lot more talent than what we actually expected.
What are you going to remember about this, your takeaway? Some baseball wisdom on your last day.
Just baseball is life. That's all I can say about it.
Life has been good recently for the Cougars, young and old. Well, that brings us to the end of sports, but FYI continues with our social report after this message from our friends at Bottlenecks. Happy Wing Night! It's Wing Night at Bottlenecks. Get $2 off your order of wings or all-you-can-eat wings and boneless wings for only $14.95. Bottlenecks wings are voted best wings in the area year after year.
Good evening, everyone, and here's tonight's Talk of the Town report. First tonight, Pocono Greyhound Adoption will be holding their second annual golf tournament Saturday, June 18th at Sand Springs Country Club. Cost is $75 per person or $300 per team and includes green fees, cart, free range balls, lunch, and dinner. For more information, please call 570-301-8399. And one more quick announcement, the Gunderson Rehabilitation Center, located on the 6th floor of Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazleton, will be hosting a free stroke screening Thursday, May 19th. Registration is required and space is limited. Call 570-501-4632. That's tonight's Talk of the Town. News 13 would like to send sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. Sandra Willman Rolls of drums. Funeral is Thursday at 9:30 a.m. from the Harmon Funeral Home. Friends may call Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. John Albert Kavitsky of Freeland. Mass is Thursday at 9:30 a.m. in the Immaculate Conception Parish at St. Anne's Church. Friends may call Thursday from 8:30 to 9:30 a.m. The McNulty Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. Marie Frances Morrison of Whitehaven. Funeral is Thursday at 10 a.m. from the Lehman Family Funeral Service. Friends may call Wednesday from 5 to 8 p.m. and Thursday from 9:30 to 10 a.m. Ruth M. Yanis of Nuremberg. Mass is Friday at 11 a.m. at the Sacred Heart Roman Catholic Church. No public viewing is scheduled. The Harmon Funeral Home is assisting the family with the arrangements. Pearl Daisy Yakimowski of Hazleton. Funeral is Wednesday at 3 p.m. from the Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home. Friends may call from 1 to 3 p.m. And Deborah A. Wisgo of McAdoo. Services will be held privately and under the direction of the Stanley E. Anilowski Funeral Home. Attention pay-per-view subscribers, if you see your name right now on News 13, you'll have 13 minutes to call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Our winner tonight is Douglas Strauss of Frackville. Douglas, if you're watching, give us a call, 570-455-7267, extension 104.
Finally on FYI, Aiden Banish of Viejo, California felt a little self-conscious after receiving a scar on his forehead from his bed frame. Refusing to leave his house the next day, his mother, Brittany Banish, grabbed a red marker, transformed the scar into the famous Harry Potter icon. The 4-year-old, already enjoying dressing up as it is, fell in love with the costume instantly. With the help of his mother, Aiden's seemingly bad day turned into a fun and creative one. Some of this information comes from BuzzFeed and ABC News. I never saw Harry Potter. I was going to do the thing on my forehead. Don't know how it works. I'll figure it out eventually one day. We'll see you again tomorrow, though. I still have no clue about Harry Potter then. Take it easy, everyone.
Hello folks, I'm Dr. Tom Mead, a native of Luzerne County, and lived my early years in Mountain Top. I'm part of Coordinated Health, one of the only private, physician-owned, surgeon-directed hospital networks in the country. Please join me as I host Real Life in Yowar, where you'll see real surgeries on real people and hear their real stories. I also host the Dr. Mead Show, where we have medical experts and a live audience discussing topics to improve your health and quality of life. Please join me. You won't be disappointed.